American Tradition Institute, restoring science, accountability, and liberty to the environmental policy debate.
Colorado is a state that has had a lot of studies done on it. We had good facts there, and we believed that Colorado was a good example of how these things can go wrong.
We've seen in part one how wind energy in practical use actually increases pollution. But why are the renewable mandates unconstitutional?
There are 30 states like this. They have mandated that a certain amount of the electricity sold to the retail customer must come from renewable sources. That means that people who create electricity, they generate it, using fossil fuels, are not permitted to bargain for and sell into that market up to that amount. In this case right now, 20%. If there's no local benefit, and because it causes more pollution than it prevents, there is not, then this is too great a burden under the Constitution's Commerce Clause. Under the Commerce Clause, a state cannot set up a boundary at the state line, some kind of a hurdle for out-of-state people to get involved and to be in their marketplace. What makes wind unconstitutional is not the wind itself, it's the fact that the only way the state can mandate the use of renewables, and in particular wind, is if it provides a local benefit that outweighs the harm on interstate commerce. Well, in this case, wind is not free, it is not cheap. It is in fact expensive and it's dirty. And so the local benefit doesn't exist. When you do the balancing test to determine what's allowed on each side of the equation, you have to look to the purpose of the law. The purpose of the Colorado law was to prevent greenhouse gases to be formed, to cool the planet somehow, to reduce the amount of water that was used, to create jobs in Colorado and not elsewhere, to attract businesses to Colorado. What has happened is that it does not provide the environmental benefits that they promised. The costs have gone up higher than they thought. Green jobs per se aren't arriving. In fact, for every green job associated with wind power, you lose 2 other jobs because of the cost of it. So when you look at the question, are green jobs part of the balancing? If it's in the law as a purpose, yes, but not if it doesn't actually produce the jobs. And if there's no local benefit to balance off against the impact on interstate commerce, the balancing leads towards a decision that this is unconstitutional.